record to this. Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to Saturday night in Australia. Well, what a massive day this has been. We've just been smashing Zooms all over the world. Forget COVID, forget the pandemic. We've been able to meet and greet and talk iHub Global continuously since this morning. It's just been a whirlwind of a day for me, at least. I hope that you've had a great day wherever you are. So welcome all over the world and all over this great iHub Global Network. Tonight we will have for you our fantastic leader up there in Brisbane, Rachel Knight, bringing us the overview for the new people. So welcome to the new people that are here. You're going to experience something that's completely different and a great opportunity right at the moment. I'm sure you've seen the excitement from your person that invited you. So yes, take it all in, ask questions, and we'll be happy to answer some in the last few moments of this Zoom. So for those that don't know me, I'm Michael Yeo, and I just love this kind of technical geeky stuff, and it's just a really good time to be here. And without further ado, I'd like to bring on Rachel to take us through the opportunity that does exist in iHub Global. Rachel, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Michael, for introduction. So yes, I live in the sunny Queensland of Australia. So we are fortunate enough to come through this iHub opportunity, and I hope you enjoy tonight and for sharing this experience, and hopefully for you to build a business out of this to be able to give you some financial freedom and earn some passive income. That's the aim for most people, especially during this time with the global pandemic. And if we can do something online, it's fantastic. And this is nothing else but you do everything online. So now, if you already heard of iHub, I welcome you again. Tonight, we're going to go through a little bit of overview what exactly iHub is. And I'm going to start playing a video for you now, just to give you an idea what's exactly this Helium network is doing. Okay.
We've all used Wi-Fi for stuff like this. So adorable. And cellular data for stuff like this. Triaxolotl. Every day we connect to the internet, but it's not just people. From parking meters to packages, even these damn scooters. All these things should connect to the internet. Even this dog. Well, not the dog, but its collar. Seems like this little guy is lost. Luckily, he's got a smart collar on it. But that smart collar isn't so smart without the internet. Cellular data plans can be pricey. It's not like Sean could just log into this cafe's Wi-Fi real quick.
Hey, I like your dog.
No, it's not my dog. I'm just using him to demonstrate a point.
What's your point?
Glad you asked. Wouldn't it make sense for all of these things to have their own internet? A network that works just for them, so they could always stay connected anywhere, anytime. That's the kind of future I want to live in. And guess what? We can. With the Helium Hotspot. Honey, who's that? I'm the future.
It's the future?
The Helium Hotspot's a new kind of wireless device, where you and your community can create a network for the Internet of Things.
So like a Wi-Fi router?
No, it's long-fi. It reaches 200 times farther. But why would you put this in your house? Glad you asked. Well, you're helping to power a better future for the city you live in, building a community of connectivity, making all sorts of things possible that aren't today, like helping you find lost things, connecting to things that can tell you when your food's expired. That is expired. Been powering sensors that help detect wildfires, so people and their things can stay safe.
What else?
Isn't that enough? The whole thing about building a better future for your children and your children's children. We don't have kids. Well, for people who care about that sort of thing, you get rewarded helium tokens, a cryptocurrency as a thank you for building the network and enabling devices to connect. So any more questions?
Yeah, whose dog is this?
See, when the Internet of Things gets better, everything gets better. Even finding your dog. It's yours.
Sean, thank you. Come here, buddy. Oh, thank you.
With the Helium Hotspot, you're helping to create a more connected future.
What's helium?
So glad you asked. Every day, we connect to the internet. But it's not just people. So what else connects to the internet? I'm glad you asked.
Okay, so we're talking about Internet of Things, things that connect to internet. If you haven't already heard of Internet of Things, it stands for IoT. There's endless amount of things that need to connect to internet, like a lot of smart devices come from your smart pad collars to your TV at home, or any health devices, health monitoring devices, to heavy equipment, to building detector for those leak and maintenance, and motion detectors, to magnet door sensors. This is just a very short list of what exactly IoT is. If you ever use any Google home devices, or to your Alexa and things like that, and also if you have a security camera, so all those things are called Internet of Things. They need to power by an internet and connection. So you actually need an internet to connect those devices. And right now, as we speak, we have over 800 billion in this market right now. So it will be about 8.4 billion devices connected based on right now what is using Internet of Things. But the forecast for 2025, it will be a $2.4 trillion market, which will be around 70 billion devices need connection. So it's about tenfold, close to tenfold of devices need connection by 2025. So it's a huge market that we are forecasting here, and we are growing a future network to allow these devices to connect through Helium network. So the Internet of Things is not just for people. So Helium actually is building the world's largest wireless network all together with people like you and me. So we are actually part of that network, provide the people to be able to connect the devices. So during the beginning of 2013, actually after the analysis of the projected growth of IoT devices, it actually need a simple global platform for the IoT company to use the connection. So Helium Hotspot uses LoRaWAN radio network. So it's not like a cellular connection, it's more like a radio frequency. So that's very close to your FM frequency. So they actually created, Helium Network created a device and a cryptocurrency token that, and from the blockchain, it's called Helium, and it become available in late 2019. So they're using a Helium network, and then they have this token to be able to connect using this Helium network to be able to power the IoT. So now I'm going to play a second video for you. This is a second short 2-minute video.
Do you know who owns your wireless network? Most likely, some ginormous big brand tech company with stacks and stacks of moolah. Well, what if you were able to own part of a similar network, which is growing constantly every day? It's called the Internet of Things, or IoT network. Heard of it? It powers billions of all those helpful things like our beautiful smart devices, life-saving medical sensors, security monitors, remote tracking devices, and the list goes on. So now you know you could help power all that and get paid for it in Helium, which is a form of cryptocurrency. You know the digital currency that's super secure because it's kept in an online fortress of solitude called blockchain technology? But you might have known that. And all that happens from this one little device called a Helium Hotspot you can get from iHub Global. All you do is plug it in and start earning or mining helium automatically, which goes directly into your account. Simple as that. You basically earn money by doing practically nothing, so you can afford to spend more time with who's important to you. Earnings vary based on where you live, and iHub will show you simple ways to track how much you earn every day. You can also bring in your family and friends to earn more as an affiliate. And they'll earn too while we build the biggest network in the world together. And eventually, your earnings go even higher and higher with our shared hosting plan. Okay, then why iHub Global, you ask? Because it's free to start. Our mission is growing the network by more of us owning the network. We'll do it together with simple training on the basics. We'll also show you simple earning strategies to grow. By using our proprietary app called Helium Track, you can track your hotspots and run virtual simulations to place free hotspots in the best locations to further expand your network of affiliates and earnings. Who knew owning this network could be so easy? So if you're ready, let's grow together with iHub Global. Join and request a hotspot for your home or office today for free. Do you know?
Okay, so if you see that, you know that you say you're allowed to earn HNT if you have a hotspot. So people will ask naturally, how do I earn? So if you participate in this iHub program, the participant earn HNT, which is a Helium Network token, by mining and building a coverage for the people's network using a compatible hotspot. So this compatible hotspot will reward you with HNT token. Hotspot earn HNT depending on the type of work performed. These are three groups of different work that actually your hotspot perform. One of them is proof of coverage. Proof of coverage will be the hotspot on the network. They are randomly and automatically assign a proof of coverage to test to complete, and also passing and witnessing the test and earn the HNT as the outcome. So you also relay device data. So say for instance, the hotspot earn the HNT by transferring devices data over the network. The more device data a hotspot transfers, the more it will earn. So that means if your hotspot in a very, I guess, hot area that your hotspot had to work hard, you actually get rewarded more HNT. So the third group would be a consensus group. A consensus group is a trusted hotspot. They are elected by the consensus group, and they earn HNT by validating the transaction and adding the block to the blockchain. So once they validate it, that means it's valid, its work is done, you get rewarded with your HNT token. So what can you earn? So at no cost for you to join and get your hotspot for free. Right now, we have the free deployment, so you can reserve your hotspot for free, and there's no monthly fee for you to pay like any other platform that you have to register and you have a monthly auto ship and all those things. So there's nothing like that. Straightforward, it's free for you to reserve one for yourself for your location. This is just an example. You could earn up to 50 HNT a month or up to 50 a week, because it's all depending on the density of the area you're living in. It's all about the location. So the harder your hotspot work and transfer data, you will be able to earn more HNT. So Helium Hotspot is the model that actually we're talking about coming to Australia is manufactured by CalChip, and is the brand is a RAG hotspot miner. Is designed specifically for iHub Global, and it has a provision with a proprietary software, which is what we call Helium Track, that enable it to pay commission by using HNT. So when someone in our area uses the data, transfer the data, we get rewarded with HNT through this little miner or hotspot. So Helium Hotspot is also called a passive income generator, is also COVID proof, is also recession proof. It is not a MLM. So if you already done an MLM before, this is not an MLM. It's more about just one level affiliate marketing. No recruiting is required if you choose not to. And also no monthly fee auto ship as well. And it will generate once it's your device is plugged in and is online, you will start generating your HNT 24/7, 365 days for you. So this is the chart, the pie chart. You're looking at a distribution chart, how this HNT is being distributed for this particular instance. Okay, so for example, there's 100 HNT is mined for this particular miner. The owner of the miner, the host, meaning will be able to actually retain up to 25% of the HNT mine for that month. And then the 20% of the HNT will go to the referrer. And then you will also have the coded bonuses for bronze, silver, and gold at 5%. You also have 5% of matching bonus. And there's another allocation of 10% to investors and partners, and as well as 15% to iHub Global. So this is just, I'll give you an example. How the allocation of these HNT once is mined, where do they go to, and how much you'll be able to earn as a miner host. So based on the assumption of each hotspot earn 100 HNT monthly, yeah, just give you an example. Say for instance, every single person in this network, in this particular team, is earning 100 HNT. So in this frontline team, because we are affiliated market, we are not multi-level. So we are talking about one level only, and one level and personal sponsor only. So for the first 5 person in your team that switch it on and being online and mining, this first 5 person will automatically fall into your team number 1. And you'll be able to earn 10% referral from that person number 1 to number 5. And then the person 6 will automatically go to the second team, 6 to the 15 person, and you will be able to earn 15% from that second group. And then you have the third group of people, the person number 16 to the 25, you get 20% out of that team. And then 26 plus is 25%. This is based on a minimum income, meaning if you haven't leveled up already. So we'll go into a little bit more detail on that. If you have been to previous Zoom, sometimes we say in the pro team, you can earn up to 20% instead of 10, the first 5 people, is because if you already done your level up, you can earn up to 20%. So I'll just keep it simple based on a minimum income. So say for instance, again, the first team of people is what we call a pro team. So you have 5, naturally only 5 people falls into your first team, a pro team. These five people will earn 100 HNT each. So you will actually get 50 HNT based on the 10%. So the second team, the 10 people, which is person number 6 to 15, 10 by 100 HNT, with a 15%, you will get reward with 150 HNT on this team. And then the third team, you'll get 20% out of this third team, which will equals to 20 HNT. And then you have 26 plus people, which will be your gold team actually. You can earn up to 25%, which will be 250 HNT. Now, just based on this assumption, you get 650 HNT, and for the next 12 months, total of 7,800 HNT annually. We're talking about HNT, yeah? We're not talking about dollar value here. So you can also earn 5, 10, and 15% extra with level up and your coded bonuses. So I'll just keep it simple. It will, on this level, bronze level up, you will get to pay infinity as well. So, and based on this instance, I'm just putting an estimate of HNT at $20. I think it's about $22 right now. So based on $20, 7,800 of HNT for 12 months, you have an income of 156,000 for the year. So now talking about leveraging people and working together as a team, Paul Getty have a saying that I would rather have 1% of the effort of my own rather than to have 100% of, let me rephrase that again. I would rather have 1% of the effort of 100 people than the 100% of my own. So you still get 100% at the end with the 100 people. So, right, thank you very much. This is just a quick overview about iHub program. So it's for you to join for free. It does no cost to you, and only a shipping fee when it's time to deploy your unit or time to ship your unit. And the company will let you know wherever location you are, the cost of your shipping fee. So get back to the person who referred you to this Zoom, talk to them, and they will help you to register and reserve your unit. So this is my Zoom for sharing for now. and I will actually pass it on to Michael. Michael will be able to and myself, we both will try to answer some questions. Unless Michael, you have something that you want to share right now.
Ah, fantastic, Rach. That's brilliant. You're getting better and better and better. That's why I say at the start, the more that we look, the more that we read, the more that we do, the easier and the more we understand it. Because it's not the easiest thing if you've never been in this space before. I mean, we've been in the crypto space for a little while now, and many at different levels, and some are highly educated, some are just starting. And this is something that you probably, if you haven't heard of the Helium Network, or even radio frequencies mining helium, or this kind of space, then yeah, it can become a little bit confusing. But beautifully done there, Rach. You just simplified it quite perfectly. People ask many questions, because it's new, and that's understandable. So what I'll do is just go through a short technical side of things. I'm not going to make it too technical. I just want to explain a few things, and then we should have enough time for a bit of a Q&A for about 20 minutes or so to round out our Zoom here on Saturday night in Australia. So I might just share my screen, and I will pick the screen I want to work with, this one here. So that's, hopefully that button goes. Come on, thank you very much. So basically, if you were in the Zoom today, you would have heard Michael Stern. He would have gone through the compensation plan in quite some detail, and some of you may have got it, some of you may not have. We'll have that recording out as soon as possible, so it's pretty late over there, so by the time he records that long Zoom, that was an incredible Zoom, and they get it to us, that'll probably be tomorrow sometime, because they'll be asleep by now. And then we will share it all over the chat groups, and you can watch it again and then get more of an understanding about what's going on. But I'll touch on it briefly so that we sort of rejig people's memories. And you notice that the little green teardrop comes up with the house and the person and the dot and so forth. So this is us, if you like. So that is you. Okay, so no matter what, that's your identification, so to speak, in the network. So the pro team, how it is the easiest to explain is, this is just affiliate marketing. So it's one level, okay, just one level. So it's personal sponsorship, and then you obviously teach your people that you personally sponsor to do the same, so that they can get the same sort of benefits. But we deal with just one level, so don't worry about anything underneath, and all you have to do is worry about your first personal level. So I'll just have a tick. Okay, so sorry about that. So the pro team, how do we fill up the pro team? This is the easiest way that I can explain it, regardless of the percentages that you'll get, and regardless of the commissions that are paid. We'll just deal with, how do I fill up the pro team? Out of your first line, now you might not have the unit first, but someone that you have sponsored in your first line, okay, you're personally sponsored, they may get the unit to start mining. Once they switch that on, that person will drop or take up one of the positions in your pro team. Okay, you've got 5. So that's your first. It doesn't matter whether they were the first person that you asked or the 100th person that you invited. The first person out of that, let's say top 100 that you've invited, the first person out of that 100, as soon as they switch on their machine, regardless if you've got it or not, will drop in to your pro team, and so on. So it could be number 50, it could be number 2, it could be number 3, who knows? Okay, this is something that we cannot control. It will just happen automatically, and then after 5 people, that will fill up your pro team. Okay. And then as you can see, there'll be 10 to 20% referrals. Now, if you've done your mining assessments, there's an increase in the commissions, but we're not going to go into that to confuse it. Okay. That's another thing altogether. So how do we get into our bronze team? We get into our bronze team with our 6th personally sponsored person. Okay. Our 6th personally sponsored person. And that then will kick off our bronze team. As soon as the 6th person activates our bronze team, we will start receiving bronze team commission. And as I said, I'm not going to go into the commission to confuse it. I just wanted to let you know how and just reiterate how these teams are built. Okay, the better we understand that, then the more that we can add to this and go into the numbers and start to really, put layer upon layer. So the 6th person in your frontline team, your personally sponsored team, as soon as they have their unit and they've activated that unit, then they will drop into your bronze team. This continues on. Okay, here we go. Continues on. Now, the next 10, you hear Michael Stern saying the next 10. So from 6th person up to 15th person, then that is your next 10. The 16th person to drop into your network, activating their unit, will drop into your silver team. Still, they look like they're going down, don't they? They look like you're building a team, one under the other. These are all your personally sponsored people. So it's all just one flat line. It's just not drawn that way. Okay, so don't think of it as they're multi-level. This is just one line. It's sort of a little bit confusing in that regard, but all of these people, all of these teardrops are your frontline sponsors. Okay, so you have personally sponsored all of these people, no one else, just you. Okay, so the 16th person that will drop into your silver team and start creating your silver team. Obviously there's a silver code that comes with it, there's a referral commission, and then there's personals up to 30%. That's where your team comes in, but we'll discuss that later. Gold team, and you hear them talking about, or if you've watched various videos and so forth, you hear about, the race to gold, the race to gold. Well, the race to gold is not how many people you've got in your overall team. Okay, the race to gold is a good balanced team on your first line that are active. And by active, what I mean is that little green dot, okay, it would be red now in your back office, okay, but it will be green. Oops, it'll be green once you switch on your unit. Okay, and that means that you're active. So when you're looking through your back office right at the moment, what you'll see is the word inactive, and you'll see all of your team potentially, because I don't think that there's anyone that's got their units just yet due to the shortage. You'll all see the word inactive. That doesn't mean that you're inactive on recruiting or building your team. It just means that your unit is inactive, so you're ineligible for commissions to start, because as Rachel said in her presentation, we get paid in HNT. So if you're not mining HNT, you're not getting paid. Okay, it's free to join, as we heard. Wow, what an opportunity to get a unit that is worth over 1,000 Australian to mine HNT. That's just unheard of. I looked at this opportunity back in early in the year, and it cost to join. They were selling the units. Okay, you could have joined, or I could have joined, but I thought, not really for me at that point in time, because everybody is in the same boat. Even if you went to a company direct and purchased a helium miner, you still would have had to pay for it. Just with this, you have this fantastic opportunity. If I just pop out of that, you have this fantastic opportunity to get what is called a, now it's disappeared on me, sorry ladies and gentlemen, but I will find it. There's no dramas there. You have this fantastic opportunity to get this, the Helium Track app, which allows you to look around anywhere in the world. You can plan and design hotspots. And right here, we're looking at my hometown in Adelaide. Now, would it have been 3 weeks ago, there were 0 spots in Adelaide, okay, 0 spots. And there were literally 3 devices that were live. And one of them here is this quaint yellow cottonmouth, as we can see. Now, if I click on his details, okay, we can see that in the last 30 days, he's earned 11.72 helium, which in US dollar value, that's US dollar value, it's 282.69. Okay, now that just went up just slightly, as you see, that number just changed. Why did it change? Because the price of helium in on the market, it probably went up a fraction. So it doesn't, sorry, I'll just unmute there, Rach. You wanted to say something?
$24, it's just gone up to 24 now.
Oh, well, that's why it just changed right there and
Yes,
then on the
right.
screen.
Yeah.
Because it, you know, when we started this Zoom, I checked, it was around the 2240, 2310 mark, somewhere around that. But I just noticed that that number changed. So it's not, you've got to think about it this way, ladies and gentlemen, is that, okay, these are the actual figures right now, but imagine that 11.72 helium that is collected in his last 30 days now is worth $50 or $100 in the future, which is quite possible, and experts are predicting that it can get there. So it's not necessarily the massive amount of helium that you collect which will create, you know, a large dollar value. If we don't worry about the dollar value at the moment and just more concerned with this opportunity of building a network, is just, you know, there's nothing like this that I have ever seen in the, let's say, crypto space or the affiliate marketing space. You know, it's really, really amazing. Now, for a little bit of more technical, I guess, look at any hotspot that you can find that's live on your map, you can just click on the owner address. Now, when it says owner address, that doesn't mean it's going to, you know, give away where you live, who you are, your phone number and your tax file number and all that. It's just the address of this unit. It's the cryptic address of this unit. So it's the actual address on the blockchain. So remember, Rachel talked about, you know, we get paid helium because we send the units collect and send data via the blockchain, and then the blockchain rewards those helium units that send that data for doing their job. This is the blockchain, and this is what we end up finding. See, so there's the address. So, you know, good luck if you can find the person, all the details. They're not there, but we can see that this particular unit, this quaint yellow cottonmouth in Adelaide, which was pretty much one of the first here in Adelaide, in the last 24 hours has earned 0.8. So that's about $21 US. And you say, well, that's not much. Don't think about it now. Think about the future, okay? The future. It's got 3 other hotspots that it's linked to. And if we look at it in the last 30 days, prior to its I guess, starting 30 days now, in its last 30 days, it's earned $1,065 US. Now that is something to talk about. Imagine an extra grand a month, US that is, so Australian, that works out to what, about $1,400. All right, so imagine that in your skyrocket, more or less every month. Times that by 12, you've pretty much now got 10 or 13 grand in your pocket. I don't know about you, ladies and gentlemen, but when you start adding up the numbers and do the math, that's not a bad little thing for doing absolutely nothing.
Not bad, peak.
And that's just on the smaller scale. And I do want to show you something. I do want to, for those that say, oh, well, I haven't got anything around me, it's not going to work, you know. And look at all those green dots everywhere else. They've got much more advantage, you know. Yes, if we look at the map, you can see the map, it's crazy. Even Australia has got quite a few green dots now, which before I could count the green dots on my hand, you know, on both my hands. This is how fast it's growing. I just want to prove one little point to you, ladies and gentlemen. Now we go down to Antarctica. I don't know if you can faintly see it. All right, we'll zoom in.
There was a couple of green dots before.
We're going to zoom in. Okay, we're going to zoom right in. And if we click on that, wow, Breathe Cloth Hippo. And if we have actually open up his details, like he's done 50 beacons. I don't know how he's doing 50 beacons, given
Yeah.
there's no one around him. But he's actually managed to earn 0.017 of a helium in the last 24 hours, that is. Now, either he's, collecting data off of units, like scientific units down there that are emitting data, because obviously that's where it must be, is near positioned in a station down there. But how crazy is that? That my point being is that you might say, oh, well, there's nothing around me, I'm not going to make any money. How far this thing couldn't be further from anyone down in Antarctica, and it's made $20 in the last, US in the last 30 days. So I don't believe that anyone can say when they no, there's nothing around me. Guess what, folks? That's an opportunity to build. I want to just take you out and go back to actually iHub Global and prove a point. Okay, now I've got a lot of friends in Asia and Malaysia, and if we just go out, so I'm scrolling out and I'm like coming away from the earth. Okay, now I'm going to go back in again, and I'm going to head over to Sarawak and Borneo and a little place called Kuching. So if I just, oops, might have gone too far. The map's just a wee bit slow. No, there we go. Now we're coming down. So you can see that purple spot in Kuching. Okay. This might be the hometown for some of our viewers on tonight. Welcome. Thank you for being with us. Now, in 2 weeks, I kid you not, in 2 weeks, that little purple spot right here, that was the first spot in Kuching that we reserved. Okay. That was the first spot that we reserved. And there was no other spots in Kuching in 2 weeks. 2 weeks later, have a look at Kuching. It is chock-a-block, okay, of reserved hotspots, blue spots, virtual mining assessments there. It is going off in Kuching. So, ladies and gents, I dare say that when you find a spot that is unpopulated and is completely a blank canvas, that is the best spot that you could ever find, because then you can build it. Okay, you can build it. And if we have a look at one that I found here in Sydney, okay, excuse my phone going off, in Sydney, this is beaconing to, how many have we got there? 120. So it's 120 beacons in the last 7 days. It's got 10 total witnesses. So those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 right back in there. So it's got 10 witnesses. Now I reckon that this one here out towards Blacktown over to where it is actually, near North Bondi, probably a little bit off of North Bondi, maybe only a few kilometers. But between there and Blacktown, that would be a fair way out past Parramatta, and some of you might know that distance there. But look how far that one is beaconing to. So it's not that you have to have them on your doorstep to make this work. Now, this is pretty amazing. In the last 30 days, this particular unit has mined 21.5 helium. That's $515 in the last 30 days. Okay, so if we go to activity of this particular Dapper Lavender Sardine, and when it finally shows, you've got to understand, folks, if things don't happen very quickly on these sites, it's because there's hundreds of thousands of people looking at these sites, right? And so you're not the only one trying to open the door to have a look in. So we can see that he's had mining rewards, mining rewards, mining rewards. Now these rewards for the data that he's collected and sent. Now you remember what Rachel said, there's 3 types of ways that we can earn HNT. Those 3 types of ways are created, and then we have a mining reward. So in the first instance here, the 28th of August at 5:25 p.m., which is today and only around about an hour ago, he was paid 0.119 HNT. Okay, so that blockchain happened for him, and at 2:48 his data collection was paid in 0.007. So you can go in and you can look at all of these all of this activity on the iHub Global back office, or from the iHub Global back office. Okay, and when you pull up a live unit, then obviously you can go into those details very, very simply, and you start to learn and you start to get a picture and an understanding about what's going on. Now, I don't want to go on too much more, but what I will do is, some of you might have heard about, you know, mining assessments and how do I do this, and, you know, what is all this about, this level up with mining assessments. Now, most of you at the moment would see that you've got sign up and maybe 0, maybe 1 or 2, maybe credits remaining is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and some of you might still have 10. And then you might have a little thing in there that says completed. And then when you're fully completed, it will have a green tick, and that particular line underneath will disappear, and you will say, way to go, you've gotten 5 signups using virtual mining assessments. You've unlocked additional earning potential. Okay, so this is where the 20% range comes in. And I didn't want to confuse the matter before, but with the 10 free credits, this is the light version of the Pro software. With the Pro software, you can get, you know, a lot more analytical and a lot more analytics on different mining hotspots. So it is beneficial that you would do mining assessments, but at the right time. And you did hear our Rachel talk about people in Hong Kong or even in Sydney, where she has done mining assessments on addresses where there are live units. And this has produced a report to say, hey, you know, just in your vicinity, this is what people are earning based on the current live activity of your hotspots in your vicinity. Now, the Hong Kong one came up really, really cool. That was quite a surprise, with only 5 or 6 other hotspots around it, but it was actually mining between about 51 and 85 helium per month. And that was scoring them, you know, a nice little packet around about the $1,360 odd US dollars a month, just in that one. And then that type of report, you know, you're going to send to a person and say, wow, you know, just, this is amazing. You want to check this out? Claim your spot. It's reserved for 24 hours. And here's some details about what's happening in your area. If you might say, but I can't because I've got no hotspot. So what report am I going to send? Well, I agree with you. And I had exactly the same problem, but my mining hotspots are complete. As you can see, I've leveled up, all with 0 in the report. Okay. Mainly because what I've done is I've created. So if I go down here, I've planned all the people that I want to get in touch with. Okay, these are just planned hotspots, my planned hotspots. They're not my hotspots, but they're my planned hotspots, if that makes sense. Okay, so my planned hotspots are the ones that I want to get in contact with to show them this opportunity. So I've gone in and I've gone up to, if I go up here with the address, I just want to show you. Okay, I'll go up here and I go to plan hotspots. Okay, now it's going to go there because I've been in and out of, hopefully, can you still see that screen, Rach?
Yep.
Yep, okay. So I've gone into planned hotspots, right? And these are all the hotspots that I've planned. And if I want to plan more hotspots, then I would just simply go to, sorry, back to Network Map, and I want to go to plan a hotspot. Pretty straightforward. So plan a hotspot, and I create the location. If you're unsure about the location, there's a great little video that one of my absolutely fantastic leaders in Malaysia has created, and it shows you how to use Google Maps and the code to drop into there to find your address. But you would just plan a hotspot, like let's say just for your friend or family member. You'd plan the hotspot, you'd pick a custom title for the hotspot, call it whatever you like, and then you put their name and their email and their phone number, and then obviously click to agree to terms. Now I'm just going to short that, right? And I'm going to go down here and show you that these are my 15 that that I have planned. Now, if I go to Flying Spaghetti Crab, right now, I only have to just click on that now, and I don't have to look for it. All right, I'll bring the map down, and there it is. It's already just shows up on my map. Now, it is a purple dot, but in actual fact, that was a black dot, and it's a claimed mining assessment. Now, as you can see, there is nothing around there in his immediate area. Okay, in his immediate area, there's nothing there. Now, this is another one of my affiliates. Okay, so I'm building a network around this dot and around that area so that they can all benefit. And just to give you an eyeball of where we're at, I'll have to go up a bit because I want to get the ruler out. And so this is going to be a bit hard, isn't it? Oh no, there we go. Cool. So from this point here to this point here to Flying Spaghetti Crab, it's 51 kilometers. All right. So that's the distance away from me in that regard. So you can, and then just to get rid of that ruler, you can click. But in that range, I'll just show you another little thing. If you go from there to there, so that's 7,692 meters. So it's 7.6 kilometers away. So I'm creating for my team a nice little area in a 10-kilometer zone. Okay, in a 10-kilometer zone. Now, other parts of my team as well, we're in this bracket, and you can see down here where all of these blue and orange dots are. They are going to create this beautiful little pocket of hotspots. But when we move out to sort of the outer lying areas of the city, we've got a lot more space to deal with. So you have when you do a report, and if I'll go into one of my mining assessments and I'll show you, so you get an understanding of what's going on. So I've got 5 completed, 5 sent, and 5 expired. So 1 expired and the rest are completed. But if I go in here, I can preview. Okay, so this will sort of prove to you that I sent them with 0. You can still see that, Rach?
Yeah,
Yep. Okay. So I sent all my mining assessments with 0.
You want, if you want later, I can show that, then they can compare, you can see the difference.
Yep,
the one that I have the data, yeah.
Yeah, we can go into that. Or we can show that to show the difference in the data and what it should be. But yeah, I sent all my mining assessments with that in your free mining assessment monthly earnings and monthly earnings in USD. What I did tell them is about the opportunity. Okay, so now that spot is his because they claimed it, and basically yeah, it's building the network. So around that area now, we'll be building more hotspots to benefit all of the people in that area. There was just one other screen share that I did want to show you. Where did it go? I won't go into it because we'll take up too much of question time. So hopefully, ladies and gents, I've just been able to answer a few little things. What I'll do is probably Rachel's been answering questions like mad in the chat. Thanks for that, Rach, while we've been chatting there on the screen. So I'm just going to, don't all talk at once, please, but I'm going to actually unmute so that we can chat. And if you've got a relevant question for tonight, then yeah, we can have about another 15 minutes or so while we
yeah, Michael, before you go into that, just for the benefit of the people are new to this space, you know, maybe you already have experience with cryptocurrency, or maybe you haven't, or maybe you have you are kind of beginner or whatever, but this is just a benefit to let you know that when you involve or wanted to purchase or involve in any cryptocurrency, in my opinion is, what is exactly this project is about? What is the purpose of this cryptocurrency? What is the utility? Is there a liquidity ability? So with this Helium network, they actually has a utility. People are using the network, and that token has a usage. So that's why it's allowed the price of the helium to become more and more popular. And also is also ranked at 66. There's thousands of cryptocurrency out there. So it's doing something great. So it's something that is value, something that is has a purpose and has a utility. So I think it's a great project. In my opinion, I see the big picture, and I can see that we are in a very, very much at a front run at the moment. So as we grow, the more dots will be put on the map, and the more coverage helium hotspot will be able to provide. And then our hotspot will be able to generate more HNT for everyone. So this is the aim. So I understand that we need around 20 million to actually blanket the world map. Yeah, 20 million hotspot. So how many do we have, Mike, right now?
About 144, 145,000, yeah, online.
Yeah, so it's only 100 and something hotspot live at the moment, yeah, but we need 20 million in this world. So we are racing towards getting more and more out there, and just be patient. Like I say, we are all on the waiting list. I haven't got my unit, Mike hasn't got his unit. We are all on the same boat here. So the company will slowly deploy as and when it becomes available. Also, if you like me to share that, just give them an idea of the different with when they're generating the mining
Yeah, just show a complete one, so that the Hong Kong one, yeah.
Yeah, so this one is a location in Hong Kong. As you can see, when I generate that mining assessment, because there's already quite a number of units around it. If you, I think I got that the map somewhere. But anyway, so once I send this mining assessment, it will tell me how many the nearby hotspot is earning in terms of HNT, nearby how much they're earning monthly and all that. And that time the price was only $15.98 with HNT based on that time when we generate this report. And there's another unit that I actually generate. This one is in Sydney. So the prices keep changing. Like I said, 3 weeks ago, when I first started this, I generate one of the first mining assessment. The helium is only $13.50. Now it's already 24, 23 or 22, whatever. So the price of the helium is going up. So we are not talking about just earning helium, but the more you have, the more the price of helium go up. Is good for everyone.
I think, Rach, sorry, can I just say something? Yeah, like what you're talking about, the price going up. Yeah. The 85 helium that is the nearby hotspots in Hong Kong, it was $15.98. I remember when you shared that with me, and we're like, wow. Well, holding that right now, that's worth $2,043 US, not $1,360 anymore.
Yeah.
So you can see the power of this. It's incredible. It's not necessarily the amount of money that you make straight away. It's going to be exponential.
So yeah, don't worry when you send someone a report, like Michael say, is zero, because we are very, very new. There's some area have no data to collect. The mining assessment will not be able to show you how much the average earning in that area, that location. So we are just keep building and building. This is a time for us to build until we get our machine. Once everybody start to turn on their machine, then we'll be able to generate more data, and we will know how much individual machine or unit is making. So that will be quite exciting. But like I say, if it's by luck, there is already an online machine, you'll give you this information, but if not, that's fine. Eventually you will see that, like I say, at the moment everybody is on the same boat. We are very, very in the very early stage in developing this connection. So
definitely, Hanneke, that's a $64 million question. We don't know how many at this stage will be free. So I guess that, as they say, the race is on to create gold members, potential gold members. So at this stage, all I can say is about 130,000 have been ordered, and I guess it wouldn't be free forever, but I'm not the company, so don't quote me on that. I would just say that there's an opportunity at the moment that it's free, and it's something that you should grab and learn about it as fast as possible. I think Adrian up there, you can unmute yourself, Adrian.
Yeah, I've got a couple of questions.
How are you, mate?
What happens? How's it going, mate?
Good, good.
So if I have if I have access to more than one location,
Yep.
can I ask for like a few machines for myself?
Well, at this point in time, it's one unit per address. So, you know, if you've got a business or something where you can create another account, so your house address and then your business address, as long as your business isn't at your house, because you have to have a minimum of 300-meter exclusion zone.
It's not so much of the your addresses. Your shipping address, you can receive 5 if you order for someone else. Shipping address doesn't matter. It's the
that's right.
address is critical. Okay, so for instance, I have one in my home address, and I have an office, which is my husband's home address, or business address, I should say. So I can actually register another unit under him, but the delivery still can be in my home address. But the location, the install location has to be a different location.
Yeah, yeah, I understand that. I'm just saying, like, can all of those locations be under my name?
Correct. Yes, can. Or a business name, doesn't matter.
Okay. And sorry, second question.
Yep.
I'm already signing people up. So if I sign someone up via an assessment report and I sign someone up by just giving them the affiliate link, do they both still go under my team?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep. Now, Adrian, just bear in mind, we are having this a light version of software. iHub giving us 10 credit per account. Okay. Everybody get 10 time to do free assessment. Once you use up your 10, if you want to do more, this is when you upgrade to pro version at, I think, 39 per month for 299 per year. Now, we're trying to strategically use that 10 credit, that 10 free credit by, okay, we use 5 because the 5 will allow us to level up to get a bigger reward in our commission. But we'll keep the rest of them when the machine become more readily online, you want to generate a beautiful information that this machine is earning how much. So we advising our team by say, for instance, just use 5 with the signing up with virtual mining assessment. And then at the moment, just try to use after the 5th person, use the link to sign up, keep that balance of credit for later use.
Okay, so really the purpose of my question was if I can convince someone to sign up without needing to look at data, then I should just send them the link. I shouldn't do an assessment for them.
Yeah, correct. Correct.
But the thing is, you want to do an assessment so that you can level up when the machine is online. Your reward of commission will be higher, will be bumped up to 20% rather than 10.
Then that means there is a difference between signing up via the link and signing up via an assessment.
Yep, that's right. We want people to sign up with the assessment at least for the first 5.
Let me maybe explain the difference between virtual mining assessment and just sending out your private link. The virtual mining assessment is a tool to engage more people. It's like sending out an ad for your product, and you know, here's my ad. This is what you can earn potentially. Okay, so if I had a can of Coke or whatever, I'll use that as an example. I'm sending out a picture, and you know, the pros of what my product is, so you buy my product. So the virtual mining assessment is like a tool to show people the potential of what they can or what this product will do for them. And so it's more or less just a marketing tool in that regard. Rachel's correct in the way that, yes, we send out the virtual mining assessments and we do 5 of them that the company has stated, and they'll give us a reward for doing that. And that gives us a 20% increase in our commissions. Now, you don't have to sign people up or send out your virtual mining assessment straight away because of this 0 factor, but it would be a good idea that at some point in time you get used to using the virtual mining assessments, because the way I see it is that after you've got your unit or your team has started to make their units live and you're earning HNT, then those earnings from that HNT would possibly cover the cost of the pro version of the software. Then you can really get into the marketing side if you want to take this on as a full-on business and send out 25 a day or 750 a month. Now, I challenge people to do that. I've been told that it can be done, but you could build a serious business doing it that way through virtual mining assessments. So I guess right now, as we're just learning about that, the company in the light version give you 10 free credits to have a go at it, you know, and have an understanding about it, and also give you a reward for, you know, creating virtual mining assessments and bringing some new people in to help create the network.
Yep. So just the final bit. So if I send out that affiliate link,
yep,
and then they get the machine and they turn it on,
yep,
it doesn't go towards that kind of pro. Those
no. The pro upgrade for the software is completely separate. That's entirely up to you whether you subscribe to
no.
that or not.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. I mean, like you had that pro
team,
bronze, silver, and
oh
gold.
yes. So
does it count?
The virtual mining assessment and your private sign up link are exactly the same thing. Just one is done through a virtual mining assessment, so you're showing them a bit of a report. Your private link is something that you would send to someone that you've already talked to. So there is no report. But yes, either one will go in your team, in your first line, because that's all we do is personal affiliates. And then as your people in that first line switch on their units, then they will drop in and start to fill up your pro team. And once you get 5, they'll then start into your bronze team, and so on and so on.
I'm all clear. Thanks, Mike.
Welcome.
Thanks, Rachel.
Welcome.
So we got anybody else that wants to ask a question there before we sort of wind this Zoom up for Saturday night and let everyone go and enjoy? And
Hi, Michael.
Hello, Thomas. How are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. I'm from Malaysia here.
Aloha ball, welcome.
Okay. Just now you mentioned, is there any difference between whether you send up a virtual mining assessment or private institution and sign up? Is there any difference in terms of a reward, referral commission?
Yeah, there is a difference, because sending out your private link, there is no level up reward, other than you'll get a referral commission once you sign people up with your individual personal link. The virtual mining assessment, the company just rewards you with a 20% increase for doing the virtual mining assessment. What they're doing is they're just giving you a taste of what can be done in the pro version of the software. So, basically, it's just like a little taste. There's so much more. I haven't got the upgrade to the pro software just yet. I don't think it's quite necessary, because we're all still, learning the basics and want to master the basics before we can, play the full tune. And I think that the company are just giving you the taste of what is possible. And if you really take this on as a business, then, sure, you'll be getting the pro upgrade, and then you will be literally creating a virtual mining assessment, because that's like your advertising tool. So you're getting to know somebody, whatever, you ask for their address and everything. Hey, look, I want to do I could say that to Rachel, even though I know Rachel for a while now, and I could say, hey, Rach, look, I've got this awesome opportunity in your area. There are, so many live units, and they're mining this thing called helium. Now that prompts her to think, well, what is that? Okay, let me send you a mining report, a virtual mining report.
I got that part.
Yep.
Now, what is the difference? The difference is with private link, for example, for whoever drop into the protein. Let's say we are talking about another 10%. Okay. But if you manage to send out virtual assessment, am I entitled to the bigger amount of instead of 10%? I'll get 20%?
Yeah. Once you've done your 5, that levels you up to the 20% mark. Once you've done 5, then there's no more.
Yeah,
additional 20%. The company only require you to do 5 to get the 20%. So once you've done 5, that is it. And then you just would send out your personal invite link.
So if I have to find under the protein, whether I send out the virtual assessment or not, it makes no difference. Is that correct?
Makes no difference because
I
the
think
person
maybe
hasn't got
take
their
that
unit
way.
yet. And
Yeah,
it,
I think Thomas, you confused with this. This is two separate things. Yeah. Firstly,
Right.
mining assessment, they give you levels up. They want you to use a mining assessment to generate and learn to use sending virtual mining assessment.
correct.
Once you've done it, boom. Instead of earning, I asked you, would you like to earn 10% or 20%? Of course, 20%.
Straight away, you can go for the 20%. Is that
No,
correct?
no, actually, in fact, it's not straight away. The first 90 days is only 15%. Only after you're done, after the first 90 days, you will be bumped up to level up to the next higher reward if you do your mining assessment. Now, take the mining assessment away now. Think about your pro team. Your pro team has nothing to do with mining assessment. Your pro team will be the first person turn on the machine, second person turn on the machine, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's your pro team. They don't need to know about whether you've done any assessment for these 5 people. That's nothing to do with you level up. Understand?
And the virtual mining assessment, each time that you do it, no, you don't get an extra reward. Once your 5 is done, it's done. Sorry, Kelly, I have to mute. There's a lot of background noise there. Yeah, so it's completely separate to creating your pro team.
Hang on, I'll just try to.
So in that case, once you have completed your first 5 personal sign up, there's really no point to send out the virtual assessment. Would that be correct?
Not at the moment.
No, not really. The virtual mining assessment is a marketing tool. Okay, it's a marketing tool. So it's not really what you're thinking. You can send it out even if you've got 0 report. Oh my goodness.
I'm going to share this screen with you, Thomas. Get started here. See this green box here? Right? So it shows, number 1, when I reserve my hotspot, it will give me a little check here. Okay? That means
yeah, I got that.
Reserve, okay? And then when you plan hotspot for your invited members, to your friends or whatever, when you do this little thing, click plan a hotspot and you send them the virtual mining assessment. Once you've done that, we'll give you another check here. Okay, you say nice work, look like you started planning your hotspot, right? Once you've done 5, can you see that I've got the 3rd tick? Because congratulations, I've done my level up mining assessment because I've already got 5 sign up using virtual assessment. So I unlock the potential. This is what it does with you for the mining assessment, and then they bump you up to a higher level. But the pro team has nothing to do with that.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay?
Just because you do 5 assessments, that doesn't mean that they're in your pro team. Whether you have done 5 assessments or whether you've done 10.
I got that. Yeah.
Whether you send out your individual invite link, it's the first person that turns on their unit that drops into your pro team.
I got that.
Okay.
So for those who have got their pro 5 downlines already, is there any necessary to send out a virtual assessment, because I haven't used up all my 10 yet?
No, wait till the area is more. If you're not in an area where there's a lot of live units, wait till it's populated. Okay, and then, as Rachel said before, do your 5. Then you have 5 in the light version of the software.
I already got 5 downlines, so
that's fine. That's fine, and you haven't used any virtual mining assessment credits yet. Then so you've got 10 left. So just hold on to them. Just hold on to them for now.
Does it help later on to help out to bump up one more level?
It will, because you'll probably have live units around you, and then when you have live units around where you want to invite people, they will then you'll be able to produce a mining assessment just like what Rachel showed, and you'll be able to say, hey, look, this is potentially what you can earn, and you show those people, they go, oh, wow, I want to be a part of that. So then they claim that spot that you created for them. I think you're in a spot at the moment where, yeah, just leave your 10. This is just my advice. Just leave your 10 where they are at the moment. Concentrate on just sending out your private link for now. And then, you know, we can go through virtual mining assessments more in the future in detail for what you're talking about.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
Thanks, Thomas. Thanks.
Okay. Anyone else have a questions?
And we'll have to make it quick because we'll have to wrap it up fairly shortly.
Yep.
So a lot of people there just, I think, accidentally maybe unmuting for whatever reason, but it makes it hard to hear people when they're talking. So please be, you know, respectful of others. We really appreciate that. So if we've got no other questions, Rachel, I reckon we might wrap up this Saturday night here in Australia.
Yes.
We've got
Thank
one
you very
hand
much,
up.
everybody.
Just got one.
What's that?
Hello?
Yeah, we've just got one hand up.
Hello?
Hello, Lee.
Lee.
Yeah, good afternoon. Can I know that those people who got the helium token, in what of the manner how the token can be sort of deposit in the wallet or deposit direct to the bank transfer?
Yeah, it'll go into what's called a hard wallet at this stage, or like a wallet, which is like let's just say the easiest way to explain it is a USB stick. Okay, so you'll have an offline wallet which will download from the unit to the wallet, and then from that wallet you can plug it into your computer and basically load it up to your exchange or your crypto account, and therefore then transfer that into USD. From that USD then into your own account. So there's a little bit of a process, and I think that process right now, since no one's got their unit, is probably not worth visiting because it gets very technical at that point in time. But it is, people are doing it already. It's just that obviously a lot of us, or all of us at the moment, don't have those units, so it's really not point going into that technical detail. Once we get to that stage, yes, we'll enter that realm. So just know that it is possible to turn it into it is possible to liquidate it. Okay,
so with all this process been done, in between, what are the costs involved need to be paid up for this sort of process?
I cannot tell you that. I have no idea. Every country, every time will be different. So when my unit gets switched on compared to your unit, the price of helium and all that may be different. The gas fees will stay the same. The fees to change it over, depending on how much you take out or withdraw or swap. That's a $64 million question. There's no way that I can answer that, I'm afraid.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, thanks, Lee.
Yeah, I'd like to thank you to everyone to join here tonight, because also we actually trying to create this Zoom every Wednesday and Saturday in the same link, try to keep it simple for everybody to turn up, and we create this safe place for everyone. Okay, you can turn up, a place for you to come to every Wednesday and Saturday. So any team, doesn't matter, any team is welcome. And we are here obviously learning together. This opportunity is very new to everybody. We are learning as we go ourselves. We just share our knowledge with you guys, and hopefully it will benefit you and help you to grow your team as well. So that's the aim, and working together, we are building a community together, a helium community. Yeah.
Just got one more question from Prince Chusen. You can unmute yourself there if you like. Or you've just put up your hand for no reason. There we go.
Around.
Hello.
Yes. Good morning from here, I believe.
Oh, it's extremely hard to hear you.
You can hear me?
Oh, we can hear you, but there's a lot of background noise.
What about there? You can still hear me well?
Yeah, go. Try your best.
All right. Yeah, it is a Saturday, and I happen to be around with kids at home. But now I just have just two questions to allow us have this understood, so that it can be transferred to African community. Prince Steve Chosen from Uganda, Africa.
Wow, welcome.
And I'm happy to be having this opportunity from Mr. Simon Lee from Vietnam. Is a great leader whom I've known for quite a long time, and we've worked together. So he shared this opportunity that we can take it on to the community of Africa. But I have like one question that goes, if one doesn't have the device, can they be able to have the mining successfully as well as earning is concerned?
I don't quite understand. Do you understand the question, Rach?
I think I understand what you're trying to say. I think you say if that person will not be eligible for the mining device, can this person still be able to successfully mine and earn? No. If you don't have a mining device, you won't be the host. You won't be mining for yourself at home. But you can join the network by sponsoring people. Your team earning will be rewarded to you. So yes, you can still earn, but just in a different way.
Through team building, that means.
Correct. Yeah, now I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. So you're sponsoring directly. Only direct sponsor that you will be benefit from the direct referral commission. So if you sponsor 20 people, whatever these 20 people earn, you get an entitlement part of their from their earning.
Yeah, very small amount.
So, but if you don't have you don't need to worry about your HNT. But apparently, Michael Stern is saying that the big money is really come from your actually sponsoring.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
that is team building.
Yeah.
I've been network marketing for the other 10 years, and I've had a cryptocurrency experience of about 5 years. So I'm looking on how this can really work out for the community in Africa. And I was wondering, can really the mining take place minus this device? Then that is answered. And now my question is, my other question is that, how much, if you could transfer it in US dollars, how much is each directly faro? Because that makes more sense in dollars.
Each level has a different percentage. So at the starting point, it's 10%. So 10% for each referral. And then as you go through to the and fill up your teams, that gets slightly more and slightly more, but it's all based on HNT. It's not actually based on US dollars. So you get paid in HNT, not US dollars. So that again, the 10% will depend on what your first line team have mined. So if they've only mined one HNT, well, it's going to be quite a small amount. If they've mined 100, it's going to be quite reasonable amount. And if you've got many in your team, mining the same sort of amount, then it's good. But the first and foremost referral bonus, that only happens once. It doesn't keep recurring on. So this is the incentive to build a team so that you can keep creating matching bonuses and team bonuses. So referral bonus, you can't expect that to say, I do a referral bonus this week and then I'll get the same next week from the same person. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, I understand that, Mr. Mike, but I wanted to have an expectation, a figure out that if I referred, for instance, if I referred someone called Joan and is among the first 5 dialects, and they are team builders, but I'm looking at my first 5 line, what is this 10% in HNT and HNT in dollar rates? I just want to have that picture in mind, that directly far, how much could that weigh?
Well, that's the thing. We can't, even if you were on before and I showed you that one hotspot that's way down in Antarctica, is a very, very small amount of helium that he's mining, or HNT that he's mining. So the actual payment from, if that was your team or in your team or your direct line, you know, the 10% in your pro team at least is going to be very tiny, isn't it? It's not going to be massive. But this is a question that nobody can answer, because nobody can guarantee or even predict how much your particular area or your particular team and where they may be, because you might not have a team only in Uganda, I think it was, did you say? You might have a team in Vietnam, you might have a team in America, you might have a team, you know, in Europe. So there's so many different places that you'll be able to, you know, draw an income in HNT from. So it's an impossible question, I'm sorry, to answer, in the fact of how much you're going to get or how much anybody's going to get. So that's a $64 million question, I'm sorry.
All right. For the rest of the questions, I will engage Mr. Simon Lee. Then we shall be able to see how we can work together and make this happen.
Yeah, appreciate it. Appreciate you joining our Zoom here in Australia, and thank you for your participation. And yeah, Simon, you can't go wrong with Simon. He's a fantastic networker, fantastic leader, and I'm sure that as Rachel said, we all work together. We can get answers for everybody, but I know that the answer that you're seeking, I would dare say, and I would hedge my bets that nobody can answer, not even Michael Stern from the co-founder, could answer that question, because that nobody knows what a unit can mine and what it's going to mine every 30 days or every 24 hours.
Again, location.
Yeah, so
so
all
you
right.
can tag along, have the bigger location, then half your luck, you earn more.
Correct. So yes, well, that brings us to an end of another Saturday night. I'm just going to stop the recording.